Hello everyone, I'm Ivan. You can call me Aura. The topic of our group's presentation today is how to reduce the use of single-use plastics in the retail industry. Our presentation is divided into 4 parts in total and analyzed and explained by 4 team members. The other 3 team members are Ian, Kaixuan, and Ning. First of all, our group proposed 2 models, which namely prohibit the use of plastic bags and recycled plastic bags or eco-friendly bags. We believe that the government should issue a ban prohibiting supermarkets from providing free plastic bags to customers and should encourage customers to carry plastic bags or eco-friendly bags for recycling. I'm going to talk about the stage 2. Let's first discuss the advantage between the 2 models. The first is the environmental aspect. Both these 2 models can reduce water pollution, protect the marine environment, improve the living environment of humans and animals, and increase people's environmental awareness. There are some bad behaviors in the society. For example, some people discard or use plastic bags at will, and these plastic bags will appear in the ocean or even in the belly of some animals. What a pity. These 2 models can improve people's environmental awareness to a certain extent. Secondly, is the economic aspect. These 2 models can increase people's employment chances. For example, they can attract companies and investors to invest and increase in the production capacity of the paper industry, or other alternative products can drive the GDP growth. For the government, reducing the use of plastic bags can reduce the government's cost of disposing of waste plastic products. Although the 2 models have many similar advantages, they still have some differences. When supermarkets no longer provide free plastic bags, supermarkets will provide customers with more alternative options, such as paper bags, glass bottles, degradable materials, boxes, and so on. This gives customers many more choices. Of course, if the supermarkets no longer provide free plastic bags, the operating cost of the supermarkets will increase, which also means that the price of the products may rise. While the supermarkets' recycling of environmental bags and glass bottles have created new jobs, it also increases the operating cost of the supermarkets. In addition to buying paper bags and glass bottles, the supermarkets also need to pay more employees' salaries. However, in response to the government's ban on plastics, the government will also provide appropriate financial subsidies to supermarkets and provide technological support to companies that can produce alternative materials. Though the 2 models will bring many benefits, everything has 2 sides. These 2 models have also some shortcomings. For the Model 1, the government issued a plastic ban order, but it's difficult to implement rewards and punishments. And if the supermarkets replace plastic bags with disposable materials, glass containers, or paper bags, this will increase the supermarket's operating costs and reduce the revenue. For the Model 2, customers need a high degree of self-awareness, which is not easy to achieve now. This is my part. Let my partner will introduce the next part to you. Thank you.
So the first pathway is the hidden gem, combining some of the benefit from Model 1 and Model 2, which is create Model 3. In other words, the Model 3 is reduce the price of reusable bag and increase the price of plastic bag. This will affect all consumers. So one of the benefit is for everyone. Secondly, the price adjustment need the cooperations of the government and relevant department to implement, which means the Model 3 have the higher degrees of authorities and effectiveness. In addition, the Model 3 will affect the purchase quantities of plastic bag and reusable bag, thereby achieving the benefits of eco-friendliness. So here is the stage 4. The possibilities of the hidden gems is people activities reduce the frequencies of using and buying plastic bag. It is obvious that the use of plastic bag is limited and easier to forgotten and discarded. The usable bag have the better qualities to support unlimited use by the people. For example, when the consumer face the higher price of the plastic bag and lower price of the reusable bag, people will restart to reconsider the cost effectiveness of the two. So guiding them to choose the reusable bag. To further realize these possibilities, retailers can also play in the Model 3. They can placing the reusable bag in the cashier area to promote the customer to buy, and use the poster to emphasize the discount. At the same time, retailer can also provide the various style of the reusable bag to attract the customers to buy it. So here is the example by Woolworths. The original price of the reusable bag in Woolworths is 1990 cents. In order to increase the use of the reusable bag, the Woolworths provide the free reusable bags for the period of 4 weeks.
In pathway 2 is based on double down methods. If more intensive version of government plastic ban will generate benefit for Model 2. If government enforce plastic ban into regulations and impose serious supervision, will cause the supermarket will no longer supply plastic bags and plastic food packaging. So that will encourage customer use of other substitutes of plastic products. The expected possibility of new model could be the government enforce plastic ban into regulations, so the use of plastic bag will under valid control. Provide more recyclable substitution, government support in policy, technology, and funding to achieve the goal of reducing the usage of plastics, and the consumer are willing to use recyclable substance for shopping. For achieve the goal of reducing the usage of plastic, the government should enact a system with a reward and plaintiff and enforce plastic ban in supermarkets, and supermarkets use biodegradable materials or glass container for food packaging in daily section. Provide free paper bags, make an encourage of the using of recyclable bags activities with a total 7 steps shopping bags consumption can be exchanged for gifts. In the same time, the government invests in public service advertisement to promote the recycling of recyclable bags and plastic bags. For flexibility study for possibilities, in Victoria, plastic bag ban introduced on 1st of November 2019. The Victoria government introduced the statewide ban in all lightweight plastic shopping bags. The ban applied to all retailers, including supermarkets, bakeries, pharmacy, clothes store, a restaurant, cafes, market, food outlets, and many more. And Woolworths Australia has made an announcement in 29th of June 2018, says it will hand out free reusable bags for the next 10 days as the customers get used to its ban on single-use plastic bags. Woolworths store in New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, and Western Australia stopped providing free single-use plastic bags last week, and the offer of reusable bags, which would normally cost 50 cents, will only apply in these states until July 8th. These two examples clearly verify the flexibility of the model. Hence, the action would take in Model 1 could act with Model 2 in the same time.
Hello everyone, this is Ning. I will bring you Stage 3, Pathway 3, and Stage 4, Pathway 3 presentation. In Pathway 3, there are many ways for families to deal with plastic bags, such as using them again, putting away the plastic bags we used to buy food or feed in the supermarket, and then reusing them when we go to supermarket. Therefore, no one plastic bags income, and the old ones are slowly used up. To reduce the production of take bags, we can only use paper bags instead or start the mode of reporting. If we see neighborhood frequently using plastic bags, we can report to the community, and the community will give strict punishment and strive to see no plastic bags in a community with a few months. In Step 4, Step 1, in order to control the use of stick bags, the government can take incentive and punishment measures to effectively control the use rate of plastic bags and get customers to take the initiative to use recyclable bags for shopping. Step 2, for not use, the government should cooperate with relevant departments to assist retailers in controlling the production of plastic bags throughout the transition period. For the use of recycled plastic bags, firstly, the market office should go deep into key areas such as shopping malls and supermarkets, and further, expand the coverage of public city centralized publicity lecture on-site material questions and answers, and distribution of publicity materials, and get the masses to establish green consumption concepts. Secondly, starch manufacturers and tea with milk companies responded positively by launching paper starch and biodegradable disposable plastic starch for customers to choose from. Stage, customers should be encouraged to use cloth bags and to promote reusable shared shopping bags through cell phone help cost scanning, fuel range, and low deposit. Step 3, for example, the government banned the use of all light plastic shopping bags with a thickness of no more than 35 microns across the state.
So here is the final part. Solution and conclusions. So finally, in order to achieve the goal of reducing the use of plastic bags in the retailer industry, we have summarized the multiple solutions discussed above. We can start from the perspective of 3 players. The first player is retailers. The retailer can choose to use the alternative material to replace the plastic packages and carry out the activities to promote the consumer to buy and using the reusable bag. Also, they can adjust the price of the plastic bag in cooperate with the government board. The second one is the government. As the authoritative player, it can formulate the effective rules and regulations for restraining the use of plastic bag. Third one is consumer. The consumer needs to establish the awareness of environmental protection and activities cooperate with the ward and retailer and the government. So that is the last part of this presentation. So thank you for watching.